Day in Grahamstown, a manhunt underway this evening around Makhanda in the Eastern Cape. 7 detainees escaped from the Grahamstown Correctional Centre in the early hours of this morning. One man has since been arrested. Eastern Cape Police have set up a 72-hour activation plan to recapture all the men. Communities, of course, on high alert, as the escaped prisoners are said to be extremely dangerous. Let's get the latest now from ENCA's Ronald Masinda. And Ronald, you're coming to us from Gqeberha this evening, focusing, of course, on what's happened around Grahamstown, Makhanda area. One of these escapees has since been recaptured, but 6 men still on the run as we speak. Is that correct? Ronald, can you hear me? It's Sally here. Ronald, can you hear me? It's Sally here.
Sally, yes. Well, police here in the Eastern Cape announcing a short while ago to ENCA that an arrest has been made. Details about that arrest have not been announced as of yet, as investigations are still ongoing. But the police's 72-hour activation plan began in earnest during the early hours of the morning. That prison break was announced shortly after 4 o'clock. Now, 7 escapees were hunted by the police, and the 6 are yet to be found. But what we do understand is that 6 of them are Zimbabwean nationals, and there is at least 1 South African. And this has led to a lot of anxiety for people living in Makhanda. We heard from several of them earlier, and also a member of the Neighborhood Watch group, Mfundo Tsili, who had this to say.
Working hand in hand with the police, but the latest information we've received for now is that these people are roaming around certain locations within Joza, like around it's here in Makhanda. So, but we're working hand in hand with them, yes.
But if they then roaming around, why aren't we hearing of any arrests?
Yeah, that one I'm not 100% sure about it. But what we usually do, we work hand in hand with the community, because with each and every information we receive from the community, we work along with the police so that we can be able to alert them what's going on.
We heard that the escapees are dangerous, and there's also allegations that one of them might be armed.
Yes, yes, indeed. Hence, now we have informed the communities through via WhatsApp groups, Facebook, like social medias, to be alert, to be very safe. As you have mentioned, these people are quite very, very dangerous.
All right, so these people are believed to be very dangerous. Do you know what crimes they've been incarcerated for, Ronald?
So a majority of them have been incarcerated for rhino poaching. We are led to believe at least all the Zimbabwean nationals who escaped have been involved in such crimes. There's also one for murder. We are led to believe that a South African could have been involved in a murder. But what we also know, Sally, is that from the reports that we've been hearing on the ground, there are concerns that at least one of them is armed. We are not sure as of yet who has been apprehended. But what we do know is that the police, when they started doing their searches, it began in Makhanda. They did searches throughout the areas in Makhanda. Then they had to go outside of Makhanda because they believed that they've done enough to try and trace as to whatever movements these escapees may have gone through. But what we also know is that even here in Gqeberha, the police are also searching. But for them, there is a positive sign that at least one has been now apprehended. But Sally, we've been camping out throughout the course of the day at that Grahamstown Correctional Centre, where we spoke to several people. We do know that there was also a meeting between management and staff from that facility. We also spoke to people, Sally, who went to try and visit inmates, family members at that facility, and they were turned away because of what took place during the early hours of the morning. Another interesting individual that we spoke to is a man who didn't want to be shown on camera, but he said that he was convicted of rape and served 12 years of his rape sentence, but 6 of those were served inside that facility. And he says, Sally, that during that time he felt very secure. He felt that there will be no escapes. He says that he served a 6-month sentence there in 2012. So he is he believes that this could only be an inside job. This is what he had to say earlier when you spoke to him.
Ikhona inside job yenzekile abantu bafumene umuntu ongaphakathi waba-escapist bamthembise ngemali okanye sebemnikile imali because abafo most yabo xa befika apha bafika kungabi namisebenzi naxa befika apha nomkhokhe ngokuthengisa i-drugs uyaqonda that is where ke ngoimali bayifumana khona uyaqonda loo nto leyo kusenokwenzeka lo mntu ubanantsikileyo ubanike ithuba lokubona ma-escape mhlawumbi kusenokwenzeka ukuba ngumntu azabanike i-drugs okanye ayimnike imali.
All right, so we still don't know details of the escape, but certainly someone who knows that prison is saying they reckon it could have been an inside job. So thank you very much for that update, Ronald, from Makhanda. 6 dangerous men still on the run in that area this evening. Thank you so much, Ronald Masinda, giving us that update from the Eastern Cape.